Hey everyone! Before we dive into today's story, make sure to hit that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe. Your support is what brings these incredible stories to life. Now, let's see what happens when One for All can feel the emotions of others. The city lights glimmered below as sparks from Deku and Bakugo's quirks flared on the cold rooftop. Bakugo, I won't hold back this time. Deku's voice was firm, his usual hesitation gone. I need you to truly understand the pain you caused. Bakugo's hands crackled with explosions. You think I care? He roared, his voice laced with a familiar rage. I was always stronger than you. But before their clash could escalate, Momo stepped between them, her hands gently raised near Deku's shoulder. Stop. This isn't about power. It's about understanding. You have to listen to each other. You see, Deku's quirk had evolved. It could now feel the emotions of others. Tonight, on this rooftop, old wounds were about to be ripped open and confronted head-on. Bakugo's voice thundered across the rooftop, sparks flying uncontrollably from his palms. You always tried to be better than me. Damn it. And I made you suffer for it. Deku remained calm, a steady green aura flaring around him. I know. But I've learned to control my feelings. I can finally face you without fear. As he spoke, images flashed through their minds. A younger Deku, hiding and crying. A furious childhood Bakugo, yelling and pushing. These painful memories were now juxtaposed with the present, where Deku glowed not with power, but with empathy. Momo's voice was a gentle anchor in the storm. Bakugo, facing your past is hard, but it's what makes you stronger. You can start that journey now. Bakugo's aggressive posture faltered, his shoulders slumping as his voice trembled. I didn't realize. I'm sorry, Deku. I was wrong. Deku offered a small, soft smile. I forgive you, but only if you promise to change. As Momo placed a reassuring hand on Bakugo's arm, it wasn't just a truce. It was the start of a new, unified front. Good, Todoroki's cool, calm voice cut through the emotional haze. But focus. Danger approaches. Our city isn't safe yet. Deku's gaze hardened, turning towards the sprawling city below. Then we fight, together. No one stands alone. Momo stood beside him, her expression resolute. Always, just as they spoke, the camera pans to the skyline. A dark, mysterious figure emerges against the city lights, its ominous energy spreading like a shadow, chilling the air. Even with their hearts finally aligned, a new threat loomed on the horizon, one that would test not just their strength, but the very bonds of their newfound friendship. Their training shifted to an abandoned warehouse, the flickering lights casting long shadows. Deku and Bakugo sparred, but it was different, this time gentler, more controlled. Bakugo, can you feel it? Deku asked, his movements fluid. My quirk, it senses your regret, your fear. Everything. Bakugo grunted, launching a half-hearted attack he immediately pulled back. Yeah, I didn't want to hurt you, he admitted, his voice low. I never knew how wrong I was. Watching from the sidelines, Momo folded her hands, the beige panels on her belt shining. You, too. Your bond has always been complicated, but it's growing stronger now. Use this. Together. Deku and Bakugo paused, nodding in silent understanding. For a moment, the sparks of Bakugo's quirk and the glow of Deku's aura illuminated their faces, no longer in conflict, but in harmony. Later, the tension eased as they took a break on a quiet rooftop. The night was calm, the city lights reflecting in rain puddles. Momo sat next to Deku, who leaned slightly toward her. You've grown so much, Izuko, she said softly, her hands near his chest. Not just in power, but in heart. Deku looked at her, a grateful smile on his face. I couldn't have done it without you, Mama. You helped me carry it all. Leaning awkwardly against a nearby wall, Bakugo chimed in. Don't get used to me being nice, but thanks for sticking by me. Momo smiled warmly, resting a hand on each of their shoulders. We're stronger together. Don't ever forget that. A sense of peace settled over them. A quiet moment of bonding before the inevitable storm. Suddenly, the ground trembled. Shadows elongated and twisted in the streets below as villains approached. Stay sharp, Todoroki warned, his voice urgent. They're faster than expected. This time, there was no hesitation. Bakugo exploded forward, a decisive and protective force. Let's end this before it gets worse. Deku's green aura blazed to life. He briefly held hands with Momo, channeling his empathy, focusing it into raw power. We'll do it. Together. Standing beside them, Momo's creation quirk activated, generating shields and weapons in a flash of light. Their combined power and trust were now fully synchronized, a beautiful and formidable sight. But the enemy they were about to face was unlike anything they had encountered before. In the heat of battle, a lethal attack shot towards Deku. But before it could connect, Bakugo leaped in front of him, blocking it with his own body, gritting his teeth against the impact. I won't let anything happen to you. Not again, he yelled, his voice raw with determination. Deku's aura brightened, overwhelmed by the feeling pouring from Bakugo through his quirk. Bakugo, I can feel your regrets. You've changed. I trust you. Momo's hands glowed as she reinforced Deku's aura, channeling her own strength into his. Together, you all are unstoppable, but don't lose focus. Danger is coming from every side. Their united front was powerful, a testament to their growth. But the fight was far from over. As dawn broke, they stood on a rooftop edge, the city skyline painted in hues of orange and pink. The shadows of the battle receded, only to reveal the new villain in their full, terrifying glory. A glowing, intimidating figure, swirling with an energy that made the air itself vibrate with menace. Even with their hard-won reconciliation and newfound unity, a threat had emerged that no quirk, no amount of training, could have fully prepared them for. This next challenge would test not just their strengths, but the very depth of their hearts. Deku, Momo, and Bakugo stood ready, their energy flaring as the city trembled below them, bracing for the fight of their lives. What happens next? Part 4 will reveal the true test of friendship, trust, and the evolving power of One for All. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to continue this journey with us. Thanks for watching.